Hello, everybody. My name is Verb? Yeah, that's my name, Verb. I'm a word. Hello, everybody. My name is Verb, and welcome to the October 3rd, 2022 episode of the Bullshit Podcast. No, your eyes do not deceive you. You don't have to go back and check the Bullshit channel or whatever. There was no podcast last week, on Monday. Which, I mean, honestly, I'm kind of fine with, because there wasn't really much news anyway. There was literally, like, no gaming news, and it was all just, like, real-life world news. That's literally all it was. There was no gaming news last week. I had, like, maybe 3 gaming topics, and then the other, like, 8 were all, like, just dumb real-life world news. Like, it was dumb. We were kind of hard-pressed for content last week. But we're here again this week, but there's a main it's not the topics that were the reason why last week's stream didn't happen, though. Twitch is the reason why last week's stream didn't happen. I couldn't get into my Twitch account. So here's what happened, okay? I was all ready to do the podcast. I had everything set up. I had the document in front of me like it is now. I was ready to go. I go to edit my stream title and you know, change the Twitch stream and like the category and the tags all to like the podcast stuff. And I couldn't do it. Like, it didn't let me. Like, anytime I would edit it, I would hit submit, and it's like, this is not a valid title. And at first, I thought it was fucking with me, because I put the hashtag and exclamation point in the title, because, you know, I don't want to actually have the word shit, you know? So I put the hashtag and the exclamation point to, you know, kind of, you know, I think the hashtag and the I, in case you're wondering why I did the hashtag and exclamation point, is because they kind of look like their respective letters. So, like, in a pound sign, there is, you know, in like a number hash or a pound sign or a hashtag, whatever you want to call it, the letter H is in there. An exclamation point is just an upside down lowercase I. So that's why I chose those letters, right? So I put them in the title, and I went to go hit it, and I thought it was because maybe they had updated their algorithms for vulgarity and they didn't allow that, or maybe it was special symbols. So I tried doing it a different way. I just tried doing BSPC, because that's like, you know, a good way to, without symbols, to abbreviate the podcast. I just put BSPC. Still didn't work. I thought, okay, this is a weird glitch. Let me sign out and sign back into my Twitch account. I signed out, couldn't sign in for the next 3 days. It just did not let me sign into my Twitch account for the next 3 days. Still don't know. I put it on Twitter and added Twitch. I know that probably wasn't going to do much, but really Twitch doesn't have a support page I can really go to, at least as far as I knew, or as far as I could find. You can go to their FAQ, but their FAQ is, again, just that, frequently asked questions, and I didn't really see anywhere on the webpage. Either I'm a blind as a bat bitch, or that just doesn't exist, but I'm not sure. But, so that was kind of a last straw for me. Twitch is in a lot of hot water right now, I'm sure, as you all know, with, you know, their, them getting rid of their 70-30 splits for revenue. There's a lot of favoritism on the platform, and I'm not saying that YouTube doesn't. I'm just saying that I don't want to get too muddy into, like, morality and, like, what's right and what's wrong, and, like, you know, get too, like, for lack of a better way of putting it, political right now, okay? Over, like, race and gender and all that shit. But, like, it seemed to have started with the Twitch leaks. Twitch then rewrote their website's code or whatever the fuck. Like, they barely gave a shit. And then, there's the whole thing with Ludwig moving to YouTube and getting, like, that little glimpse, at least for him, into how the back end of, like, Twitch didn't give a shit. YouTube actually cared. And then, on top of that, then this new 70-30 split shit, and then what happened with Shy Lily. Shy Lily is a somewhat lewd, less lewd than me, actually, pretty much, I would hazard a guess. On my streams, we talk about masturbation and, like, the whole fucking 9 yards, right? Like, I mean, it's not graphic, but, you know, we do talk about some sexual content occasionally, and we try to keep it as muted as possible, and I don't even think she reaches that level of lewd, at least as far as I've seen. And she gets banned off of Twitch because she got a new VR chat, like, 3D version of her model that does have an option to have a bikini, and she was in a beach world. At least we think this is why she was banned, because we still don't know entirely why she was banned. And she said, fuck this, I'm moving over to YouTube. And so that kind of seemed like a direct attack on VTubers. And as you guys know, I'm not necessarily a VTuber, but I've transitioned into this PNG tuber type content. And then to have Twitch be targeting these fucking VTubers, it's bad. It's really bad. Like, super uber bad. Like, for example, Fifi the other day tweeted, "Hey, can some oh no, that was right, that was YouTube." She was like, "Hey, can some YouTube representative manually review my thumbnail from somebody who's not targeting me or whatever?" I mean, that's YouTube, but like, you get my point. These companies are showing a lot of favoritism, and it seems like as of right now, YouTube is the best place to go for right now. That doesn't mean I'm necessarily permanently gone from Twitch. There's a reason why I didn't like delete my account or anything crazy, right? I don't know. I'm just gonna try streaming on YouTube for a little while and see how it works. Because honestly, now that I've done a few YouTube streams, I can tell you guys with confidence that the back end of YouTube is just about as good as Twitch. Maybe even a little bit better. The only thing that Twitch has over YouTube right now is the way that Twitch's chat works with like the emotes and the channel points and like all that stuff. That stuff's better on Twitch. But other than that, I mean, YouTube's goated. I can make thumbnails and put them on the stream. They appear front and center on my fucking channel, and I can place it wherever the fuck I want whenever I'm live. It generates, you know, a link instead of just your Twitch channel every time. It generates a unique link, and then when you're done streaming, your fans right then and there can go back and actually watch parts that they missed in the moment or afterward as an unlisted video. You could do that with VODs, but with Twitch, they go away after like 3 weeks or whatever the fuck it is, or 3 days, whatever it is. YouTube, they stay here for as long as I don't hit the delete button. They just stay unlisted. So that's good. So no matter what, I'm making content. Even if nobody's watching, I'm making content that I can then turn around and download to edit into a video for later, which is pretty cool. So yeah, anyways, I guess we should get into our actual topics for the podcast now that we're almost 10 fucking minutes in. So our first topic for October 3rd, 2022 is actually an update to a past topic. So this is a past topic update kind of sort of thing. A few weeks ago, we talked about a game called the Entropy Center, which is kind of like this new puzzle game, like this new platformer puzzle game that's kind of like Portal. That's coming out. Well, we have an update here. The Entropy Center, an upcoming Portal-like sci-fi puzzle game, coming from the new studio Stubby Games, will be released this November. More specifically, it will hit PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, PS4, and Xbox One, and PC on November 3rd. So this news comes after a showing during the June Future Game Showcase with the Entropy Center's trailer garnering more than 2 million views in just 48 hours, according to a press release about today's news. To celebrate this November release date, Stubby Games has released a new trailer. So we're not going to watch that trailer here, but if you want to go watch the trailer, I'm sure if you just look up new Entropy Center trailer on YouTube, you'll find it. I watched the trailer when I was adding this thing to my thing. It looks pretty good. It is very similar to Portal. So instead of having like GLaDOS looking at you through cameras and talking over an intercom, you have like this random robot buddy who's in your gun. And he almost has like, you know, on Halo guns where the ammo counter is? Like on the Halo assault rifle or battle rifle, it's kind of like right there. There's like this little happy smiley face man, and he talks to you and helps you through puzzles and stuff. And he's like your gravity gun kind of, and it seems pretty cool. They were like using the gravity gun to like slide and drag things and move things places. It was really cool. But anyway, moving on to our second topic. If you're looking forward to Scorn, you're getting it a week early. So Scorn is like a new FPS that, from what I watched, kind of resembles Doom. It looks like it's very gritty, very what's the word I'm looking for? Not verbose. Very like meaty. I don't know, like very like viscous. That's what I was looking for. It's very like viscous, very meaty, very gory. It's like this really like strange shooter. It's very Doom-esque, very gory, very meaty. It's kind of weird, but like if you're into Doom, like for example, the dude's shotgun in the trailer literally is like he's holding an alien and it like breaks in half and he replaces the alien's guts to reload. It's fucking weird, dude. But yeah, publisher Kelper Interactive and developer EBB Software have revealed that Scorn's release date has changed, moving up 1 week earlier in October. The game will now release on October 14th instead of the previously announced October 21st. As for why, the team doesn't say. However, a new teaser trailer released today is titled, quote, You've waited long enough. So perhaps the studio simply wants to get this game into players' hands sooner. So yeah, I mean, I would play it on like a stream, or I would probably play it for a let's play if people wanted it. I mean, it just seems like a Doom-esque kind of FPS. I did have fun with Doom 2016 when I played through it. That was a gift that my friend Demon Slayer gave me. It was very fun. I feel like Doom Eternal would have been more fun, and I'm not hounding on him like, you should have cashed out and bought me the better game for the Let's Play. That's not what I'm trying to get across. What I'm trying to get across is Doom 2016 was fun, but it seems like Doom 2016 was almost like a demo game for Doom Eternal, kind of like how Ground Zeroes was the demo game for Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain. You know what I mean? Like, it seems like it was its own fully fledged game, but it just seemed shorter than what I was expecting. It was like the length of a COD campaign instead of the length of like what I would have expected a Doom game in modern day to be, which was like a longer adventure style game, I guess. But it was still fun nonetheless. I'm not really complaining. I'm just saying, like, yeah, that's the way it seems. So maybe Scorn would be something that I'm interested in. It's very visceral though. It's fucking disgusting looking. To be honest. If I did play it on YouTube, maybe it wouldn't get a video let's play. Maybe it'd only be stream only. And it's kind of like if you were there, you saw it. If you didn't, sorry, you missed it. So, moving on to our third topic. I think we all saw this coming. I do think we all saw this coming from the moment it was announced to be a thing. So Google has revealed that its cloud streaming game service Stadia will shut down early next year. More specifically, Stadia will close down its platform and end its online servers on January 18th, 2023. So if you game on Stadia or you have Stadia, don't worry. It's going to stick around for a little while longer, but you know, basically New Year's 2023, you need to start thinking about changing up real quick. After that, you won't be able to access the Stadia service in any way. As far as for your games and hardware, Google is offering refunds, quote, for all Stadia hardware purchases. So this includes Stadia controllers, the Founders Edition, the Premier Edition, and Play and Watch with Google TV packages through the Stadia store, end quote, according to an FAQ posted by Google today. It seems like the only aspect of Stadia that won't be refunded are the Stadia Pro subscriptions. However, you, quote, will be able to continue playing your games in Pro without further charges until the final wind down date, end quote. If you're hoping to get a refund for your hardware, Google says, quote, most hardware purchases made directly from Google, end quote, will not require you to return your hardware. The company intends to have the majority of refunds processed by Stadia's January 18th shutdown date. The Stadia store and all of its functions have been turned off, so you'll not be able to make any more Stadia-related purchases or in-game transactions. Stadia shutting down isn't the most surprising news, despite the cloud gaming's continuing rise in popularity as of late, thanks to the likes of Microsoft's Xbox Cloud Gaming initiative and others. Stadia never really seemed to take off. The first big sign that Stadia might not be long for this world came back in February of last year when Google revealed it was ending its first-party game development and closing 2 studios. Jesus. Then by this February, word got out that Google Stadia had reportedly been deprioritized by the company. Now Stadia is just a few months left in it before it becomes a part of history. So long, Stadia. I do think that this is a disappointment. Not because I use Stadia or I really know anybody that used Stadia. I don't know anybody who said that Stadia was great or good. But the reason why I say this is kind of a disappointment, Stadia really was the first independent game streaming thing. Now, what do I mean by independent? I'm not saying they were independent in terms of, obviously they were a Google thing. It's Google Stadia. But what I'm saying is that when I saw, like, okay, they were talking about Microsoft's Xbox Cloud Gaming initiative. I haven't seen a fucking commercial for that. I haven't seen that advertised anywhere. I maybe have heard about that like twice before reading this in my life, right? Stadia was on commercials. They were selling all like fucking state of the art, like not state of the art, but like dedicated consoles and controllers and like actual stuff. Like this was actually, it felt like its own thing. I feel like this was definitely the pioneer for like what you could do. Like this was essentially a mainline console that could be purchased and games to be played as long as you had a really good internet connection. You could technically play any game you wanted at a reduced price. You didn't have to buy this $500 console. You didn't have to then buy the $60. Well, maybe you still had to pay $60, but you know, as far as I know, I think Stadia's games were discounted because you didn't own the game. You're just owning the right to stream the game. So it was like, you know, you could get a brand new game for fucking $40 instead of 60, and it's like, holy shit, that's great. And then, you know, you buy this console that's like maybe $300 max instead of paying the $500 to $600 that they are now. And it's like, I don't know, it just seemed like a cheaper alternative for casual gaming. It's like, if you wanted to game casually, you could get Stadia. And if you weren't like a hardcore gamer, like if you're somebody who just wanted to, you know, like own and play the new Fallout, and other than that you don't really game or something, like there's like one game that you like to play, and then like other than that you just go out and live life like a normal human being that doesn't play video games, that seemed like a good alternative. But it's just a shame that it's shutting down. I feel like there's a lot of very casual gamers that aren't really even gamers that like will probably miss this. But yeah, anyway, moving on to our fourth topic here. Are you a person who plays on PlayStation and want a new arcadey racing game? Like, are you on PlayStation and you're just like, man, I wish there was like an arcadey racing game that I could play right now. I'm kind of in the mood for like a, not like super serious racing game like Forza Horizon or something. I just kind of want to, you know, kick back and just shoot the shit and run the track. Kind of like a Mario Kart style thing, but not quite that in depth. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I have some good news for you. PlayStation has revealed that the October 2022 PlayStation Plus games for the next month are Hot Wheels Unleashed, Super Hot, and Injustice 2. So if you ever watched, you know, those old fucking, whenever the fuck Super Hot came out, like 2013, whenever the fuck it came out, you know, YouTube Let's Plays of YouTubers playing Super Hot and you wanted to try that game yourself, or if you want an arcade racing game, or if you want a fighting game, those three are going to be free this month on PlayStation Plus. All premium, extra, and essential PlayStation Plus members can add these games to their libraries and download them starting next month on October 4th. So obviously this was written probably in the last week of September. You'll have until October 31st to add them to your library. As for September's games, which are Need for Speed Heat, Grand Blue Fantasy Versus, and Toem, players have until October 3rd to add them to their libraries. So if you want September's games, today is the day. Get them fucking games. If you want Need for Speed Heat, which I highly encourage, maybe not installing it, but if you have a PlayStation, get that. Like save it to your library to play later. Need for Speed Heat is a very good racing game. I can't speak about the other two. But then tomorrow, right, which is October 4th, right, Tuesday, right, tomorrow you can pick up Super Hot and Hot Wheels and Injustice. I don't know about you, but these 2 months seem like pretty good. That is kind of one thing that I kind of miss about actually having a console, and I guess Epic Games Store kind of does this, so like the novelty isn't completely lost on me, but I do kind of miss the days of hopping on my PlayStation 4 and going, what's free this month, and then like having, you know, the disk space to install like a quick new small game and just have a blast with it. You know, it's cool to see that PlayStation is still continuing that. Epic Games Store does that. I want Steam to do that. How fucking sick would it be? Like, I know that Steam has a free-to-play section of their store. Like, I know that exists. But if these companies work out a deal with these gaming peripherals to have, like, free games every month, why can't Steam do it? Yo, Steam, where's our monthly free games, dog? Like, and the thing is that it's Steam, it's Valve, right? It's Steam, so they don't have to do big ticket games either. Like, They could do some fucking, like there's a bunch of old Call of Duties on your fucking platform that are still full price. Let's get some of them up there, man. Fucking Call of Duty Black Ops 2, free for 1 month, along with some other game that like contrasts its genre. So you have like a first person shooter, then maybe you get like an action RPG or like a fucking, I don't know, puzzle game or something. Fucking Peggle, if you have it on Steam. There you go. Fucking Peggle 2 and Black Ops 2. Starting off with the 2s, starting off strong with the 2. Like, I don't know, dude. Like, I don't know why Steam has never done that. That seems like an interesting thing that they could do, and that could bring some people who for some reason aren't already on Steam to Steam, which would be cool. Moving on to our fifth topic, I'm pretty convinced this game is never going to come out, and when it does, nobody will be impressed. So I'm sure you've heard about the idea of I forget what it's called. I forget what the actual phenomenon is called, but it's like gradual increase of expectation, or increase of expectation versus reality. So the more you hype something up and the longer you keep people in the dark about something, the more and more they're going to hype it up, and the more and more they're going to hype it up, the more and more their expectation gets, and the more and more their expectation gets, the more disappointed they'll be when it finally releases, in this case video games, right? So Skull and Bones, which is some sort of pirate looking game, has been delayed again, this time until March of next year. Bro, March of next year. Listen to this shit. It was originally due out in 2018, then delayed to 2019. It was delayed to at least March 2020 after that, but things went quiet and the game missed that window. Then in May of last year, Ubisoft announced that Skull and Bones will release sometime between April 1st, 2022 and March 31st, 2023, dude. And now it's slipping out of its November 8th release date, which was only just announced back in July, into a new March 9th, 2023 date. As for why, the team cites a need for more polish and balancing. Kotaku's Ethan Gotch says sources say the teams working on Skull and Bones are burnt out. According to Gotch in his Kotaku story, the latest technical test for the game ended on September 19th. One source involved with the test told Kotaku that gameplay was more refined than in previous tests, but progression needed work as it still felt too shallow. Gotch writes that this is a concern shared by multiple sources close to the game's development. And here's what Ubisoft has to say about the delay. I'm not going to read it. I was debating reading. Fuck it. I'll read it in a pirate voice. Ahoy there, privateers! Our team is hard at work polishing and balancing the experience ahead of the worldwide launch. As a result, we've made the tough decision to move our release date to March 2023, March 9th, 2023. We're very eager for you all to get your hands on Skull and Bones and dive in headfirst to the dangerous and exciting world of building your own pirate empire. I'm just going to pause what they're saying right there and say, is this going to be like Pirate Clash of Clans? Imagine all this delayed time and it's just Pirate Clash of Clans. To give ye the best possible, it says you, but I said ye for the, the pirate voice. To give ye the best possible experience, we've decided to take a little more time to make sure we can deliver exactly that. For the most eager of ye, we are also happy to announce that we will hold an open beta of the game in the near future. We'll share more news on how you can sign up to register soon, so keep ye spyglasses trained on our social media for more news and announcements. I'm gonna stop the pirate voice because it's the end of, that's the end of Ubisoft's thing. The last the public saw of Skull and Bones in a big way was during a July showcase, which is where we saw extensive gameplay and received the now delayed November 8th release date. I learned more about the game around the same time when Skull and Bones was Game Informer's cover story. At the time, the team seemed confident in its November release date, but given the history of this title, I'm not surprised it's been delayed again. So yeah, that's why I said this game is never going to come out, and when it does, nobody will be impressed. Like, it's one of those things where, like, if you jump the gun too early, then you have to delay it. Which, in today, now back in like, you know, the 2000s, even the early 2010s, right? Delaying a game is not acceptable. It was never acceptable back during those times. It was never acceptable, and the quality, the standard of quality for gaming has gone to such shit in recent years that as much as for me personally it's not acceptable, I can't ignore the fact that to most people, one delay is acceptable. But to have, how many has it had? 2018 to 2019, that's already one delay in 1 year. Then it was delayed from 2019 to 2020. That's 2 delays. That's 2 years. And then it was delayed until April 1st of 2022. So it's a third delay, 3 years. And now it's March 31st, which is a 4th delay of 4 years. It's been delayed by 4 fucking years. This game is not going to hold up to anyone's expectations. I'm smelling. I'm smelling a No Man's Sky coming here, man. Like, I'm smelling this, like, I'm smelling it in the air. Like, people are gonna get their expectations so high, and the devs will never be able to reach that expectation. I'm smelling a cyberpunk slash, you know, No Man's Sky here, right? It's like everybody has these such high expectations. They're building their game up so highly. They're like, oh my god, this game is fucking amazing. And then it's just going to release and it's going to be dog compared to what people expected it to be. And it's just a shame. It's a shame how that's how the gaming industry is nowadays. Anyway, we're going to move on to our 6th topic, and this one actually makes me happy. It's not good news, but it makes me happy. It kind of gives me this haha eat shit idiot kind of mentality towards specifically one of my friends that won't ever stop bothering me about playing this game. This solidifies it that I'm not buying this game and I will never play this game. And the first one is also a game that I don't think I'll ever revisit, even though it's not seeming to be as bad. So I don't think this is it, Chief. Overwatch 2 players new to the series will have to unlock the original characters, meaning that cast won't be available on day 1. This news comes from a new Overwatch 2 blog post as reported by Destructoid. In it, Blizzard says a consistent piece of feedback it has received is that new players feel overwhelmed by Overwatch's hero pool and various modes. As such, the team has implemented a new first-time user experience, or F2, or FTUE, designed for Overwatch 2 players who have never played Overwatch. The new FTUE addresses that feedback directly. In Phase 1, players will need to unlock the game's modes and chat functions. This happens, quote-unquote, rapidly, Blizzard writes in the blog post. Then in Phase 2, players will unlock the original heroes, Overwatch heroes, by playing, quote-unquote, are you ready for this? So in order to just get the classic Overwatch heroes, like Tracer, Roadhog, fucking, Bastion, Reaper, Soldier 76, right? All these classic heroes that came out at launch with the first game. You're going to have to play about 100 matches of casual play to unlock them, according to Destructoid. It's important to note this is just for the original game's heroes. New heroes will be unlocked through Overwatch 2's Battle Pass system, because of course, every fucking game has ditched any conventional fucking progression systems and has gone to the Battle Pass. It's the worst fucking thing ever. Don't get me wrong. Battle Royales like Fortnite, I understand the Battle Pass. You know, Warzone, I understand the Battle Pass. Why the fuck does Overwatch have a Battle Pass? Why did Halo Master Chief Collection have a Battle Pass? The world may never fucking know. Conventional progression systems are fucking broken by this stupid Battle Pass idea, and I hate it. Like, just give me items at levels, man. Why does it have to be complicated? Why do I need, like, special unlock tokens that then I can pick and choose what I want to unlock? Like, yeah, that's a cool novelty, I guess. But, like, I'm gonna get them all anyway. Especially with how MCC did it. The way the Master Chief Collection did it was you have, like, an array of, like, I think it's, like, 7 items, I think, on like one section of the Battle Pass. So you have like 20 pages, and on each page there's like, I think like 7 or 10 items, and you can pick and choose which ones out of that page you want to get. But you have to end up getting all of them anyway, because you have to get all of those items to get to the next page. So it's like, what the fuck is the point in the choice at that point? Like, why am I choosing? Like there is no choice. I have to get all of them anyway. Like, yeah, sure, okay, if I wanted this specific helmet on this page, I could skip to that. But I'm gonna have to unlock everything anyway, so just let me fill up a fucking bar so I can play more of the game instead of sitting around with my fucking girl cock in my hand, deciding which one I want first. It's like, no, just fucking give me the fucking, you know, bar, man. Like, I miss an original MW2, right? I know that Halo and Call of Duty are very different games. They're the same genre, but they're very different games. I remember in original Modern Warfare 2, at the very bottom of your screen, you'd have a fucking, like, orange gold bar. Like it's like an orangey gold color that would fill. And when that fucking thing hit the right side of your fucking screen, you leveled up. And you know where it went? It fucking went to the far left. And you just filled it up again. You could see in real time your XP gain as you were leveling up. And all you had to do is get that fucking bar from the left to the right to unlock the next new gun or whatever you wanted. It was fucking dumb. I hate battle passes, I'm sorry. I don't hate them for, like, battle royales. They make sense for battle royales. They make sense for, I guess, some more competitive games. Like, I guess they kind of make sense for Valorant. I don't like them in Call of Duty. I like them for Warzone. And I guess I can excuse them for COD, because COD has Warzone, and that's all kind of one cohesive unit for progression. But Call of Duty multiplayer, I wish it didn't have a fucking battle pass. Anyway. Competitive play can be unlocked in the game. Now, this is for all players, not just people who are new to Overwatch. For all players, competitive play is unlocked by winning 50 quick play matches. However, Blizzard says, quote, most FTUE restrictions are lifted while in a group, so new players can team up with their friends at any time and play almost any game modes, end quote. Competitive is the exception, though. While this FTUE process helps players join the fun, it's also an effective way to discourage disruptive behavior and cheating, the blog reads. FTUE is an investment to complete because it takes time to unlock game features. Competitive specifically cannot be accessed without winning matches. Disruptive players are unable to immediately affect the larger community, with things like voice chat and match chat unlocking later in FTUE. Brand new accounts made by cheaters or disruptive players will have to play through this experience, giving us a chance to identify suspicious accounts before they enter other game modes. If you have an account with Overwatch playtime on it, or if you own the Watch Point pack, you will not have to play through the first-time user experience, Blizzard says. So, I understand the preventing cheaters part of that. I genuinely do. It does sound like a good idea when you put it that way. But to everyone who's not cheating, man, it just seems like such a... If you had a good anti-cheat, you wouldn't have to do this in the first place. Like, I understand that there's never going to be, like, one anti-cheat that's, like, the answer to everyone's issues. Oh, God, excuse me. I'm really stuffy. I don't know why. Oh, yeah. Do I have a tissue somewhere? I do. Hold on. I'm going to blow my nose. Okay, sorry to everyone who I annoyed with my stuffiness. But yeah, I understand that there's not gonna be one anti-cheat that's gonna, like, fucking solve everybody's issues immediately, and, like, it's gonna be the best thing. No hackers ever, or cheaters ever gonna get through it. But come on, man. Like, punishing all of your players just for the actions of a cheater, that seems kind of fucked. I know that there's not a lot of, like, choice. I mean, it seems like a good idea. I don't know. We'll see how it plays out. Because you have to make FTUE, or whatever the fuck they're calling it, like, bad enough that cheaters will just be like, oh, fuck this, I'm not going to waste my time. But it's not long enough that players that actually want to play the game lose steam by the time they're at the end of it. And like, fuck, well, I got through this thing, but now I'm fucking bored of this game. 100 matches seems pretty fucking steep, man. I don't know. Maybe you could have reduced it to like 50 and it would have done its purpose. I'm not sure. But either way, sounds quite annoying. But moving on to our 7th topic of the evening. Ladies and gentlemen, have you ever seen a cum worm? Yes, you heard me correctly. Cum. You know, like ejaculate, semen, right? The cum worm is now a thing. There are Pokemon designs like Charizard that make me. This is the article, by the way. There are Pokemon designs like Charizard that make me go, ooh, yes, very nice. And then there are others like Voltorb that make me go, oh, why do you exist? There's also a rare third class of Pokemon I call weird little things. When I see them and Wiglet, a new Pokemon joining the Pokedex in the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet versions, is that class's newest member. Today, Nintendo and the Pokemon Company released a 3.5-minute video highlighting Wiglet, its similarities to Diglett, and how it's just different enough that it is an entirely new species rather than a regional variant. As such, this new Diglett-like Pokemon is called Wiglet. It looks like a worm, lives in the sea and on the beach, and seems to stick together with other Wiglets. So here you go, ladies and gentlemen, and chat, and everyone watching this podcast. Here's the cum worm. There he is. That's the cum worm. It's a Diglett, but he's white and he extends way farther out of the ground. It's the cum worm, chat. There's the cum worm. All right, we have the cum worm now in Pokemon. Again, this is more of the article. I'm most excited to see Wiglet's evolution if it evolves at all. But hopefully I'll see that in another trainer's party because I'm not sure Wiglet is a sure bet for mine. Yeah, dude, I don't know. If I get Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, I'm getting the cum worm. 100%. I'm gonna make an entire party of cum worms. And I'm gonna name each of them cum worm if I can. If I can't, then I'll name them like semen rope or something dumb. You know, I'll find some way to work around it if I can't do cum worm. But dude, it's a cum worm. We've found the cum worm. Anyway, moving on to number 8 because we are like, frames dropping. What's happening? The stream's dying. We good? Is my stream done momentarily dying? I'm not sure what that was about, but hello. Oh, nope, it's still going. Well, whatever. The show must go on. For the video portion of this. Anyway, unless that's been happening all stream, then I apologize. But moving on to our 8th topic, because we are about 37 minutes into this now, almost 38 minutes into this, and I haven't even gotten to the real life topics yet, but this is the last gaming topic, and we have, I think, 3 real life topics, so I'll shoot through this kind of quickly. You now have to have a really high IQ to play Multiverses, everybody. So I'm sorry if you're a fan of playing Multiverses, or if you really wanted to play Multiverses and you're a little dumb. You know, your IQ is too low, you can't play it anymore because Rick Sanchez from the hit TV show Rick and Morty will now be available as a playable fighter in the free-to-play platform Brawler Multiverses today. Today, when the time that this article was written, which was, I'm not exactly sure. I'm not exactly sure when this article was written. When was this article written? The 27th of last month. So there you go, September 27th. So as of September 27th, Rick Sanchez is available to play. He joins his in-show sidekick Morty Smith in the game, who was added to the roster last month, which we did talk about a few weeks ago in the podcast. I think it was actually the first episode of the podcast we talk about Morty being added to Multiverses, because I know that Multiverses is like a big game right now. Maybe it's like content creation side of things kind of dipped off a bit, but it's there. It's definitely there, and it's definitely a nice competitor to Smash recently. The official Multiverses Twitter account has released a short video showcasing a breakdown of Rick's moveset and class type. His moveset includes the following. Yeah, Fart Bomb. Throw a Fart Bomb, hitting enemies upward. Me Seek and Destroy. Summon a Me-Sinks that runs forward, uppercuts, or readies a golf club. And then Bazric Portal Theory. Aims and summons a max of 2 portals. I'm not sure what those portals do. But I'm sure if you play Multiverses, you've probably already seen him or played as him or watched a YouTube video of a Multiverses YouTuber, playing as him and showcasing his moves. So I'm sure those portals do something. Maybe it's like a teleport thing where you can, asterisk teleports behind you, asterisk, sorry, kiddo. That kind of shit. I'm not sure. But anyway, that's the end of our gaming topics. Now on to our real life topics. Again, this is from Associated Press's website, the oddities section. If you don't like Associated Press, well then after you hear me talk about this story, maybe you can go to your own news site, whether that be CNN, Fox News, you know, whatever that may be, and you can look this up for yourself. And if you if those websites don't have this article on their site, well then I guess they're just not fun enough. So our 9th topic for today is imagine paying 6 figures for modern ruins. Let me repeat that to you. 6 figures for a modern ruin, meaning like a modern building that is fucking run down and falling apart. You're paying 6 fucking figures for that. This is in Hoopersville. I think MD is Maryland, correct? Yeah. It says Maryland later on. Yeah, I'm smart. I'm big smart. Hoopersville, Maryland. The federal government has sold off a rather inhospitable lighthouse in the middle of the Chesapeake Bay for a 6-figure sum after a bidding war at auction. So it was at auction, so that, you know, being at auction kind of explains it. You know, being at auction kind of explains why it was 6 figures. But still, 6 figures for a fucking rundown lighthouse. Holy shit. The Hooper Island Lighthouse, located west of Middle Hooper Island. So let's take a look at this real quick. Hooper Island Lighthouse, because there was not a image to accompany the article. So I gotta, holy moly, this thing is this thing is cooked. That's the fucking Hooper Island. Look at that guy. Yeah, this is like an old picture of it. Look, it looks okay now, and then this is it today. Holy moly. That thing is fucking cooked. That thing is literally the opposite of paying. The Hooper Island Lighthouse, located west of Middle Hooper Island in Maryland's Dorchester County, at first drew little interest, the Washington Post reported. But then 5 potential buyers drove the price from a starting bid of $15,000 to the winning bid of $192,000. Holy moly. Will Powell, a spokesman for the U.S. General Services Administration, told the newspaper the lighthouse comes with strings attached. The new owners must maintain it as a Coast Guard navigational aid, observe historic preservation standards, and sign a memorandum of agreement with the Navy about when it can be assessed. So in other words, you're buying this place, but you're literally buying it just to say, oh yeah, I own it. Like, you still have to pour so much more money. It's literally like you're buying it and then you don't even really own it because you have to adhere to so many standards. The rusting lighthouse, known locally as the quote-unquote spark plug, has an outer ladder for no nearby dock for a boat to moor. I'm not sure what boat to moor means. I'm assuming that moor is just a lesser known synonym for dock. Oh, I lost where I was reading. Fuck. Where is it? Okay, there we go. A 2019 inspection also found lead-based paint, asbestos, benzene, and other dangerous substances inside where there is no water, electricity, or other utilities. Quote, it is a unique opportunity, end quote, Powell told the Post. Quote, and there are people out there that love lighthouses, end quote. U.S. Lighthouse Society previously owned the structure, and the government auctioned it on the organization's behalf, according to the Post. The new owner's identity won't be known until final documentation is signed. I want to know who this person is so I can laugh in their fucking face. I'm sorry. Like, yeah, you could laugh back and be like, haha, I own a lighthouse, idiot. And I'm just like, haha, you own literally a fucking cancer stick that's rusting out in the middle of the water. That's literally what you own. You own a rusting fucking stick sticking up out of the water that if you enter it without any proper protection, you're gonna get cancer. That's just what it is. Lead-based paint and asbestos, you're gonna get cancer. You're gonna get mesothelioma or whatever the fuck those commercials warn against, man. You're gonna get it. You go in there without like a mask, and I'm not talking about like no fucking like hospital COVID mask. No, I'm not talking about if you go in there without a gas mask, you're fucked. Is what it seems like. No, I would never. You could not pay me. I would go in there for 30 seconds without a gas mask for $1 million. And that is it. I would not stay in there longer than 30 seconds for $1 million. Because I would be an instant millionaire, but there's like a slight chance that I would have cancer. So hey man, I'm willing to take that 30-second cancer risk for $1 million. But anything less than that, fuck no. You can shove it, man. Anyway, our third to last topic for today, topic number 10. This comes from Barkhamsted, Connecticut. Moose on the loose. That is the most Canadian thing I've ever said ever, and it wasn't even in Canada. So in Barkhamsted, Connecticut, a moose is back on the loose in Connecticut after some quick-acting rescuers helped free it from a fence. The Connecticut State Environmental Police received a call at around midnight about a moose stuck in Barkhamsted, northwest of Hartford. Local fire department personnel and state police responded early Saturday to find an animal not impaled on the structure, but unable to get its belly and rear legs over the top. So it wasn't like injured. It didn't like impale itself on the fence, but it was definitely struggling. Like it couldn't get its belly and its back legs over. Probably without hurting itself. They cut off and removed one end of a panel of the fence that allowed the moose to push the remaining part to the ground and walk through. The rescue came on the heels of several recent sightings in the state that prompted oh my god. The rescue came on the heels of several recent sightings in the state that prompted the State Department of Energy Environmental Protection issued an advisory to motorists last week to be on the lookout for the moose. For moose. Meese? Moose. Meese? Isn't the plural of moose meese? I don't know. Anyway, to be on the lookout for mooses, alright? There are only about 100 mooses in Connecticut, according to DEEP, D-E-E-P, DEEP. I'm assuming that's Department of Energy and Environmental Protection. Yeah, so DEEP. But they became more active during their breeding season in September and October. Basically, horny moose got caught on fence. Firefighters had to saw the fence to get him out. Hey, if you live in Barkhamsted, Connecticut, if you live in Connecticut, keep a lookout for mooses, meese. Keep a lookout for them, man. They're around. You have some big ass fucking Ford Raptor, it doesn't matter. It'll fuck up the front of your, dude, trust me. Meese are like fucking the size of horses, if not bigger. Those things are fucking massive, alright? You have a fucking minivan, a big, tough, rugged fucking, Ford Raptor or whatever the fuck, your honky-tonk man, cowboy hat, yeehaw, right? Doesn't matter. Your truck is going to get fucked if you hit one of those, so make sure you guys actually do stay safe and keep an eye out for those. That is fucking nuts. Moving on to topic 11. It's like a shark, man. It's like a shark, man. That's a quote from this article. It's like a shark, man. So I'm not sure. I didn't get a location for this, but I think it's in Florida. Yeah, I think this was in Florida. Yeah, this was in Florida, I think, during the Hurricane Ian, I think it's called. Yeah, back in Florida. Photos and videos of sharks and other marine life swimming in suburban floodwaters make for popular hoaxes during massive storms. But a cell phone video filmed during Hurricane Ian's assault in Southwest Florida isn't just another fish story. The eye-popping video, I don't want to know about that. I did watch the video, and we are going to watch it in the podcast here, because it is a short video, and I figure we have time for it. It's definitely not eye-popping. It's strange, but it's definitely not eye-popping. Which showed a large dark fish with a sharp dorsal fins thrashing around an inundated Fort Myers backyard, racked up more than 12 million views on Twitter within a day, as users responded with disbelief and comparisons to the Sharknado film series. Dominic Camerata, a local real estate developer, confirmed he filmed the clip from his back patio Wednesday morning when he saw something quote-unquote flopping around in his bad neighbor's flooded yard. Quote, I didn't know what it was. It just looked like a fish or something. End quote, he told the Associated Press. Quote, I zoomed in and all my friends were like, it's a shark, man. End quote. He guessed the fish was about 4 feet in length. Experts were of mixed opinion on whether the clip showed a shark or another large fish. George Burgess Former director of the Florida Museum of Natural History's shark program said in an email, quote, that it, quote, appears to be a juvenile shark, end quote, while Dr. Neil Hammerschlag, director of the University of Miami's Shark Conservation Program, wrote that, quote, it's pretty hard to tell, end quote. So here we go. We're gonna go to YouTube real quick. Hurricane Ian backyard shark. Let's see. Here we go, chat. Here you go. Backyard shark. Look at him, man. He's just swimming around. I wouldn't quote this as eye-popping footage. It's just... I don't even know if that is a shark, honestly. It looks like a fucking... It looks like... I mean, it could be a little baby shark. Baby shark, do, baby shark. But it just looks like a fish, dude. Just some big-ass fucking fish. There you go. Shout out CBS News for the 30-second clip they stole off of this man, probably with permission. But yeah, no. It's stupid. It's not eye-popping footage, but it is kind of stupid that, like, this hurricane literally brought a shark into someone's backyard. See, that's when what you do is you carefully remove the shark, and then you dig a big hole. You basically get like a pool, like a pond installed in your backyard, and then you just leave the shark there. You just dig a big hole where the shark is, and then you insulate it. And you essentially, like, keep the water there. You just try to keep the shark. Just try to keep the shark, man. That's your best bet. Just try to keep the shark. Alright. Second to last topic. Topic 12. I'm gonna tell you something, chat. Animals in Germany are completely wired fucking differently. Animals in Germany are wired differently. So this comes out of Berlin. At least the article does. I'm not sure if it's, you know, from there. But the article is from Berlin, okay? A cow herd in Germany has gained an unlikely following after adopting a lone wild boar piglet. All right. Farmer Friedrich Stapel told the DPA news agency that he spotted the piglet among the herd in the central German community of Brevoorde. I'm not sure how to say that. About 3 weeks ago, it had likely lost its group when they crossed a nearby river. Stapel said while he knows what extensive damage wild boars can cause, he can't bring himself to chase the animal away, DPA reported Thursday. The local hunter has been told not to shoot the piglet, nicknamed Frida, and in winter, Stapel plans to put it in a shed with the mother cows. To leave it alone now would be unfair, he told DPA. So, I guess some cows adopted a fucking boar. That's like some Inosuke from Demon Slayer shit. That's like, oh yeah, you know, these cows, oh, here's a bunch of other humans. Now this human wearing a boar mask is just another human. Only in this case, he's actually a boar. It's actually a boar living with actual cows. Which is fucking stupid. Man, what's going on with Germany's animals, man? If anyone from Germany wants to comment in the comments about how strange, like, I know Australia has some crazy fucking animals. It's not that Germany has some crazy animals, it has some normal animals that are crazy, it seems. And then getting into our last topic here for the day today. Nobody's gonna want to live in one now. This is from Colon, Panama. The unveiling of a futuristic luxury model home on Panama's Caribbean coast tanked Thursday when the Seapod Eco prototype perched above the water on a column slumped into an adjacent dock. Developer Ocean Builders said in a statement that the sleek white home began to destabilize, quote-unquote, destabilize, at the end of the launch event. It said no one was injured and the cause was being investigated. The home, that is reminiscent of a spaceship, sits well above the water and features expansive views from a row of windows. The developers had planned to begin offering the homes for sale next year, touting them as friendly to the environment and the economy. So let me show you the picture of this home real quick. So this is what this thing looks like. And apparently, I guess it had like this big like unveiling event, like, whoa, look at that, we built this dock for our house, and it's like it's really cool, like on the water house. And I guess after all these people left, this thing just fucking shloomp into the water. So yeah, nobody's gonna want to buy one now. Everyone's gonna be skeptical. Except for those people who just really like the company and go, yeah, I'll live in it. Fuck it. If it falls in the water and I die and I drown in my own home, in my new home, whatever, it's fine. I don't care. You know, it's like I would be hesitant to live in this one now. Like, I understand that it was a prototype, but like, unless somebody real like who's an actual engineer that built the fucking house sits down with me and explains to me exactly what happened to the last one and exactly what they did to prevent this one from doing the same, I wouldn't fucking live in it. You couldn't pay me any amount of money to live in it. I'll just be sleeping, and then one morning, like, or you know, in the middle of the night, fucking 4 a.m., I'm like, well, who am I kidding? I'll probably be up by that point. Sometime in, like, the early morning, fucking 11 a.m. when I'm sleeping, fucking, I get woken up by this large jolt, and then all of a sudden I start feeling cold. I'm like, what the fuck is that? And I'm, like, in water, as my house is, like, sinking, and I'm gonna drown in my fucking house. Yeah, no, fuck that. I'm good, man. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that was all the topics I have written on the sheet today. There is one more topic I want to talk about. Well, technically 2 topics, but it's kind of the same thing. Next Saturday, which is October 8th, next Saturday is WWE's Extreme Rules. I am not going to be streaming it in my server in the watching channel, my Discord. Wink, wink. I'm not going to be streaming it because that is illegal. I'm not going to be streaming it in a watch party on Saturday the 8th through Peacock. So I'm excited to see that. It's not as hype as Crown Jewel will be. It's not as hype as SummerSlam was. It's not as hype as the last WrestleMania was. It doesn't seem like a lot of the matches on the card are very interesting to me, but I'm still interested to see them. I still want to see, like, you know, Triple H, you know, Mr. Hunter Hearst Helmsley, Mr. Paul Levesque. He has been doing some good work with WWE as of late, and I'm interested to see what an Extreme Rules pay-per-view completely spearheaded by himself would look like. So far, it seems like he's doing good in terms of making this match stipulations actually interesting and unique, and not cringe like an eye for an eye match. We never will bring that up ever again here. And also as well on the 10th, so literally 2 days after that, next Monday actually, so you'll definitely hear me be talking about this next podcast, Bleach is coming back, man. I've been excited for this since they've announced it in fucking 2019, 2020, whenever the fuck they announced it. Ever since I first saw the thing called like Bleach Live Again or Arrive Again, whatever the fuck they called it, I knew that it was gonna be the anime. I just had this deep feeling. Like, I didn't know, okay? It's not like I had insider knowledge, right? But I knew somewhere deep down in my soul, I'm like, it's coming back, and it's gonna hit fucking hard. And I knew even back then, before it was even announced it was gonna be the anime. If it's a return of the anime for the last arc, I'm gonna watch it and I'm gonna love it, even if it's shit. I'm gonna watch it and I'm gonna love it because it's literally my favorite anime, and I'm just a simping yes woman for Bleach. But as it turns out, I'm not the only one, and not only am I not the only simping yes woman, but it's actually, even anime critics are like, okay, these trailers make this show look really good. So hopefully it is actually good. I actually watched a video recently of Nux Taku reacting to that infamous Bleach trailer 2, the infamous trailer that, you know, gave us Ichigo's, you know, first new Bankai, you know, and it revealed Scar by, I forget what the fuck his name is. I really need to learn his name. I think it's like Tatsuya Itami, something like that. I'm sorry, I completely butchered his name. I don't remember his name. I'm really trying to remember his name genuinely. But he's got the new fucking opening. His fucking slaps, man. I'm super excited for it. So both of those things will not be being streamed in my watching channel when they come out. So when Bleach comes out, I'm not going to be streaming it when it comes out and becomes available. And WWE Extreme Rules next Saturday, I'm definitely not streaming when it comes out. So thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you. Subscribe to this bullshit channel for more. And those of you who are live in chat, if it's your first time on my YouTube and you're coming over from Twitch, please subscribe. This is where my podcasts and normal streams will be for the foreseeable future. Again, I'm not permanently leaving Twitch. It's just, I don't know when I'll be back, if I'll be back. I'm not sure. That's why I didn't do something drastic like delete my account. But anyways, again, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next bullshit podcast. Bye-bye.